Okay, everybody, Stephen Adams here on the digital team here at 10 Tampa Bay. We are joining you guys on Facebook, YouTube, just now with some breaking news that we are covering here at 10 Tampa Bay. A small plane has crashed near a middle school in Spring Hill. You're looking at pictures right now. That's one of two we've got in right now from the Hernando County Sheriff's Office, where Spring Hill is located. Here's what we can tell you so far. So this was a two-seat plane. Only one person on it at the time. That was the pilot. The plane that he was flying is one that appears to have been assembled back in the 80s. It's one of these ones that comes in a kit. So this is a two-seater QAC Quickie Q2. That's the name of the plane. Took off, according to what we've been able to uncover so far, at 10:41 a.m. from St. Pete Clearwater International Airport here in St. Pete, where the station's located. Registered to a pilot from Seminole. Now, it appears, based on what we're seeing on radar, that this plane went up, flew around a little bit in the Citrus Springs area, at least according to the radar, and then ends up encountering a mechanical issue of some sort, and the pilot was able to guide it down and make a crash landing in the area of Powell Road and Barclay Avenue in Spring Hill. That's significant because it's right next to Powell Middle School over there. Now, here's the good news. No students there. Why? Because spring break's going on, as you know. The pilot does not appear to have any serious injuries. If anything, the sheriff said may have minor injuries, but is okay. Nobody else was in the plane and nobody on the ground was hurt. So just really, really, really good news overall. The sheriff just moments ago was talking about how professional this pilot appears to have been, doing a good job of navigating the aircraft down without hitting any traffic or buildings. Now, speaking of traffic, drivers in the area should expect delays. The plane itself is not blocking the roadway or anything, but there are a number of first responders out there right now. There's a different look at the aircraft. You can see the front of it with the damage right there. But because so many first responders are in the area right now, drivers should expect 30 to 45-minute delays in the area. We're going to go to sound with Hernando County Sheriff right now. This is him speaking just moments ago, and I'll join you on the other side.
I'm Hernando County Sheriff Al Nienhuis. We're here on location at the corner of Powell and Barclay, and Powell Middle School is behind me here in Spring Hill. We're at the scene of a plane crash. We got a call late this morning about a possible plane crash in this area. When deputies arrived, they found the wreckage behind me as well as the pilot, who was the only person on board. He was ambulatory, doesn't appear to have any injuries at all, and if they are, they're very minor. He apparently had some mechanical problems, was trying to make it to the airport, wasn't able to. This particular airplane is an experimental airplane that was apparently built by the pilot back in the mid-'80s, and the pilot did a great job of not hitting any traffic or any buildings. Unfortunately, it does look like the plane is in pretty bad shape, but the pilot seems to be okay. Again, I'm Hernando County Sheriff Al Nienhuis. We're at the scene of a plane crash at Powell and Barclay in Spring Hill, and we'll have more information as it becomes available. And as always, thank you for your support of first responders.
So as you just heard Sheriff Nienhuis say just moments ago, it's in that area right over by the middle school. You could actually see it behind him in that shot just there, kind of right on the other side of the fence from the campus. Again, we've confirmed with the school district that no one's injured there. Everyone's okay. Obviously, great news with it being spring break, that you didn't really have anybody on campus at all. And that pilot, as the sheriff just said, really seeming to guide that plane down really, really well in an area where it could make a safe crash landing of some sort without hurting anyone on the ground. Really, really good news. But drivers in that area, you're looking at 30 to 45-minute delays on the roadway. Again, that plane isn't on the road, but there are just so many law enforcement vehicles in the area right now that you can expect to see some of the impacts of there as people are driving by the scene. There is crime scene tape around up there. They're just cordoning off the area so they can make sure they do a good, thorough investigation, figure out what went wrong. Again, good news here, that pilot, who's the only person on board, is okay. It seems like the plane was put together from one of those kits back in the mid 80s. So this plane's been around for a pretty good amount of time, which isn't all that different from the larger commercial planes you fly on today. A lot of those, you know, have been really kind of workhorses in the sky around for years and years and years. This particular plane in question was a Quickie Q2. That's the technical name of this two-seater plane that you're looking at. You can see that damage toward the front, but that pilot seems like pretty well protected in the actual front seat there. So not too surprising that that individual is okay just looking at the images. I'll go ahead and show you that one other image we have right now of first responders kind of examining the wreckage out there. I do want to thank all those first responders that are out there, just as the sheriff mentioned, that are working to check everyone out and give that pilot just a medical evaluation, even though it does appear there are no serious injuries to the pilot. We will keep you updated as we learn more on this particular story at 10tampabay.com. Easiest way to get our alerts is by downloading that free 10 Tampa Bay app. You got an iPhone, Android, just search us in your app store. You can turn on alerts for news like that and the other breaking news we just had just moments ago with City Council voting to confirm Tampa's new police chief. So we've got that story, more, the plane crash, all those updates will be in our mobile app. Thanks for joining us here on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate it, and we will see you tonight on 10 Tampa Bay.